But we're live from Oklahoma City in our new digs.
Yep.
Oh, we're gonna make it back to Vegas at some point, aren't we?
Yeah, maybe.
Some point.
Eventually.
Anyway, sorry the updates have been sporadic at the very least. It's been a while since we've done the whole RV life kind of thing, and we've been trying to hit up stuff as we could. We were really super bummed. We had planned to stop at the Grizzly outlet in Springfield, Missouri, until I realized it was Sunday. And then I tried to stop at Chick-fil-A. Still Sunday.
Still Sunday.
Been Sunday all day.
Yep.
Hey, howdy there. How's it going? Yeah, so, pardon me, I don't have a tripod set up. I should get a tripod. I have a tripod, actually, somewhere. Somewhere. We have not unpacked fully. We are living out of boxes and stuff like that right now. So we're trying to figure it all out.
Hey, Mark. Hey, Cornfed. Hey, Adrian. Hey, Scott. Hey, J Money. Hey, Pirates. Hey, Calgal.
You're going to have to read the comments if I need to answer something because I'm close to
Yep.
the screen and I don't have my glasses, so I can't actually see it. I can see people are chatting and stuff, but that's all I got.
Cornfed says, welcome to OKC, bud. Adrian says, hello. Scott says, welcome. Hopefully you're doing well.
We are. We're doing pretty good so far. We picked up the RV on, was it Friday or Saturday? Friday, right? No, Thursday. We picked it up on a Thursday. We boogied on down to Fishers, Indiana, where we what do you call it? What are we doing now?
Boondocking.
Boondocking. Oh,
We know
too many
words.
too many hours in the saddle today.
Yeah.
We're boondocked in Fishers at a Walmart, and just had terrible sleep. We didn't have enough stuff set up for the bed and everything, and it was cold and the whole 9 yards. The next day, we woke up early, and that was the day we woke up like super early,
Yeah.
and we said, you know what? Let's just get on the road early.
Yeah.
And we put down so many miles that day. We went
Yep.
from there. Did we go there from there straight to Branson?
Yep.
I think we did. Because we went from there to Branson, and we had originally planned to boondock the entire way, but I knew I'd never been to Branson, but I had lots of friends who'd gone there and told me all about it, and I knew about Branson. The wife and the kids, they didn't really understand what Branson was, so um, the so we ended up actually spending 2 days there. We stayed at a little tiny RV resort right on the main strip in Branson, and it was what was it called, the Pea Pod?
It's called the Pea Patch.
Pea Patch.
Like a garden pea.
Yeah.
Not like.
Not the most high end kind of place,
Yeah.
and really small. It was really tight getting this rig in there,
Yeah.
but we did it, and you know what? The people there were super nice. Warm showers and stuff.
Laundry facilities were awesome.
Laundry facilities were pretty good, and it's literally right there in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
Then we went and we saw I can never remember the name of the theater we went to. Starts with an S.
Yeah.
Sugarland or something.
We put a thing in the community page yesterday.
We did.
So go check it out. We can't remember what it's called, but it was super awesome.
We did dinner and a show. Mm-hmm. Eleanor got picked out of the audience. 4 people got picked out of the whole audience. It was a murder mystery, a hillbilly redneck murder mystery.
Yeah.
And a whodunit, as they called it. And Elle got picked, and she ended up being the murderer, which we knew. I think we knew all along that she did it. Yeah. Anyway, you want to read some of the comments?
Landshark66 says, I got the Snap Fresh saw yesterday. Thank you so much. You are so welcome.
Sorry, real quick. Sorry, some of you, if you're still waiting on the stuff. China basically took 3 weeks off for the New Year's, for the Lunar New Year. So there was some delays there.
Tommy Unfiltered says, here with bad service. I am so sorry. I hope that you were doing well. I saw recently some of your videos. If you guys haven't checked out Tommy Unfiltered, go check out his channel. Awesome. Adam Bennett says, so what are you guys doing in Chicago? Anything fun? We're not in Chicago anymore. But Chicago was very cool.
Yeah, we ended up not staying in Chicago. Just too much going on and too risky with all the stuff we had loaded in the back of the truck.
Robert Adams says, you're only a few hours north of Ribs at our place. And the flying half just left for Bogota. What?
Bogota?
I'm just telling you, she has an awesome life. And you have an awesome kitchen. Hiram Bifton says, at the Den of Tools, what is Direct Tool Outlet? Where you did that recent video. I had no clue Northern Tool and Supply actually had stores, outlets. New Jersey is lame place. You guys don't want to be here. We visited New Jersey. There are some cool parts. We were in Branson. So those outlets were super awesome. I am not a big shopper, but I am a big deal person. So we went to the outlets and saw lots of cool things. And
I think you were talking about Direct Tools outlets.
Isn't that...
That's where I did. Oh, that was the same place, wasn't it? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's why he's not allowed to talk.
Oh.
Anyways, so yes, go check out the outlets if you go to Branson. I would say I am not like somebody who was like, we could spend forever. I could have spent like a week there probably. If it was up to me, we would still be there. But we have a life and we have to get to Vegas.
Also, pro tip, if you do go to the outlet in Branson, I'm sorry I'm moving the camera.
Yes.
If you do go to the outlet in Branson, there is a moonshine gift shop and tasting room 2 doors to the left of the Direct Tools outlet.
Yeah.
As to Direct Tools, so Direct Tools is TTI. That's the company that owns Milwaukee, Ryobi, Rigid, Hart, and makes a bunch of tools for other people. That is their factory outlet. And they own Hoover, they own Dirt Devil, and if you go in there, the only thing I didn't see in there were Hart tools. I saw pretty much everything else that they sell. The brand was represented. I was surprised. Now, if you follow the deals of the week, almost every week I've got a deal in there from Direct Tools outlet, but they never show any of the Milwaukee stuff online. Almost never, and I always look. And I was stunned to see huge bins of the tools. And one guy, and I heard some comments like this, but I was actually in the store and a guy asked me while I was standing there looking at the bin what I thought about the deal. Was it any good? And I said, well, honestly, if you already have the battery line, it's not a bad deal. But if you have to then go and get batteries and a charger and everything else, it's not worth it. But I mean, if you're already in it, try to pick up a fuel impact like that. That's a great deal for the M12. Not a great deal. It's a decent deal. There were some really great deals on the bargain table, but I couldn't really film the bargain table because I try not to film other shoppers. And there had to be 20 people in the store shopping the bargain table. And someone commented like, "There's no one there," and I'm like, I pan and I tilt and I'll pan across a blank space and then I'll do this kind of tilt move, come up on the other space. So I selectively edit so I don't get other people on film, but the store was packed.
Hiram Bifton with the $2 super chat says, only thing that limits you is your imagination. Totally agree. Robert Adams says, at the Den of Tools, there's a Direct Tools right next to Buc-ee's if you head south to Fort Worth and not far from a great chicken restaurant.
She is trying to get me to go to Buc-ee's in the worst way.
With Buc-ee's. It needs to happen. And I would say Stray Catnip says, hit up some Lowe's and get a Craftsman tool chest. Deals are still out there. I got a 26-inch yesterday for $70. Stay warm. And then he lists in the next thing the item number. So thank you so much for the info. And everyone else, you can check out the item number too. I am so tired. I don't even know how to say it. KIYOT78. I still haven't made it to the one in Oklahoma City outlets. Okay, so what I'm hearing is there's outlets here. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, they're closed for the season. They're only open in the...
Can I just tell you how many places it's like, amazing! Come check us out! And then you drive by and you're like, and they're totally closed for winter.
Until May
Or
15th.
the 9 billion toll road situations. Yeah, I spent a small fortune on tolls today.
Yeah, Oklahoma, what is up with the tolls?
What is up with that?
That's something
And,
I'd
like,
expect on the East Coast.
And then, like, there's tolls, but you can get a receipt to get a refund if you're going somewhere else.
Yeah, it's funny. You drive by some of the towns, you're on the toll road, it says the name of the town, no refund. I'm like, that town must be pretty bad if they're not offering a refund.
Tom A. with the $5 super chat. Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Bear from Washington. Thank you so much. I hope that you are having a great night. This lighting really makes me look fantastic right now.
I can put you in some mood shadow lighting here.
Anyways, thank you so much for the super chat. Mike Carter says, at the Den of Tools, I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but as an Asimov fan, I hear I want to hear your take. Did you take a chance to watch Thumb Drive?
I did. I watched all of the first season, and it was. It didn't feel like Asimov. It's interesting. It's compelling. I liked the show. It didn't feel like Asimov. It didn't delve. It takes these weird twists. It makes these other characters more important and makes Selden less. I don't understand why they're going this route with it, and I still like the show, but it didn't feel like Foundation. And maybe the second season will be better. This whole thing with the Living Tribunal, the three, I don't see why that's such a huge storyline. It was interesting, but again, I guess I'm just repeating myself. Talk about sounding like a broken record.
Hammond says also, why so many viewers, but barely any likes? Come on, guys, smash the thumbs up. Thank you so much. Paul says, at the Den of Tools, you realize that Oklahoma is where they started cow chip tossing, and as they got better, they said, maybe if we waited until they dried. Oh my gosh, I had something funky on there. Hey, Dr. Falcon. He says, hiya, Mr. and Mrs. Bear. I apologize. This is not like our normal live stream, so I know that I'm probably missing people's comments. Totally not intending to. Just we're working with what we got. And we appreciate all of you. Wolfie says, get them paws in the air and show that you care. I love it. Welcome to Oklahoma. I'm about 1 hour north of you. Safe travels from Kevin. Shine on. Who else do we have here? Robert Adams says, at the Den of Tools, you haven't seen tolls till you drive through Dallas-Fort Worth. One 13-mile section costs as much as $25. I know. That's the other thing I couldn't figure out. Like, how much are we getting charged? Okay.
She was confused by the whole you pay by the axle thing, which I don't understand how you'd be confused by that. You count how many axles, you look at the chart, and then it tells you how much you pay.
Okay.
It was pretty simple. No. Hey, let me give you a quick look around. We're just sitting here in the living room. This is a Salem. It's made by Forest River. It's the sister company to Wildwood. It's the 32 BHDS. So that's bunkhouse. So you got a bunkhouse in the back. That's that way. Master bedroom's up that way. Double slide. So there's a slide in the bunkhouse, a slide in the living room. It's one of these, what do you call them, super slides, where it's the couch and the dinette. And one thing we love here, I'm going to pan you around real quick. So you can see, coming up soon, we're going to be doing a review on that. Of course, the Bauer stuff. We got the upgraded fridge, the near residential style fridge. Excited about that. We got the cheapy version of the power supply. I got another one that I can't show you just yet. Anyway, bunkhouse is back there. Bathroom's right there. We got a wardrobe right there. And we're going to put a TV up over there. Master bedroom is over there. I'm just saying it's over there.
Okay. And we obviously are not completely moved in, so pardon the few things.
Yeah, we are not moved in at all. We're very, very transient at the moment.
We are, and it's working, and we're super grateful.
We got the heat going. It's getting nice and warm in here. Yeah. The good news is it's not getting as freezing cold.
Yeah,
The past few nights, it has been, oh my gosh, so cold.
Yeah. I cannot figure out how it Kiyot. Kiyot 78.
KYO
Coyote.
Coyote.
Coyote. Um, says y'all just passing through or going to be in town for a couple of days. We are basically just passing through. Unfortunately, there are a million places that I would have spent more time, or places were just closed. Like there was somewhere else we wanted to go that was closed on the day that we were traveling.
The nuts place.
That was today, but like a couple days ago, there was some place. I'm gonna remember.
It'll come to you.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got to be in Vegas by the 17th. First of all, I told Duncan that we'd be there by then, so I want to keep my word on that. Yeah. And, we've got reservations there. They'll probably be flexible if we showed up a day late or something, but mostly, we just want to keep our word to Duncan that we're there when we say we're going to be there. Yeah. So what is today? Today's the 13th? Mm-hmm. Don't forget tomorrow.
Valentine's Day.
Trader special.
For him.
Yes. Definitely.
Whoever it is you love. Coyote says, it's like Coyote. Sorry. Don't worry. I am just kind of a nutball about making sure that I pronounce people's names correctly, if it's their name or their screen name. So I try to get everything right. I epically fail all the time. And you guys still love me. So it's working out. 5 inches of snow here in Hudson Valley, New York.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, Mark. That sounds very cold. Where did we just leave? Missouri. There's like some amazing geography and like the way that the road is carved out of the land. And there's like ice that comes out and you can see it. I could not get any amazing pictures, but basically you're driving by and you see these like rock faces or walls or whatever. And then you see all this ice as the water is coming out.
But only on the southern side where the sun can't hit it. The northern side where the sun has hit it, it's all gone.
Music making with medium-sized AL. $4.99. Just a little kickback for saving me so much cash last year. Bing, da bing, bada bing, bada bing. I read it because that's what you said.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. But this brings up, we're talking about the traveling, and we're going to give you a full update. We're going to give you a full walk around once we get the travel trailer. Once we're in Vegas, we got it set up and everything's in place. We'll do the full walk around. But I did want to give an update because a lot of people were asking how the truck is doing. So if you don't know, we have a Ram 3500 single rear wheel with the Cummins diesel and the Mega Cab and the short bed. I think that, and 4-wheel drive. And it's a 2014. It's got about 190,000 miles on it. And it's an absolute tank. It is. Now, we have not had a chance. One of the first things we want to do is change the wheels on the travel trailer and get higher rated wheels, higher speed rated wheels. Because right now we're limited to 65. So I'm on the interstate. I've got the cruise control set to 65, 60, probably 66, 67 usually. And until we got into Oklahoma, that was fine. Oklahoma, we get here and the speed limit suddenly hits 80. But, we're not going to go faster than the tires are rated for on this thing.
Yeah.
But the hills, like pulling through Indiana, not a problem. Illinois, not a problem. St. Louis, not a problem. Getting into the Ozarks down there around Branson, some big, long, very steep hills. They don't believe in like gracefully carving. They just like down the hill, up the hill.
Down the hill, up the hill.
And just pulled like a beast. The trailer weighs just over 8,000 pounds dry. And currently we are still, it's still winterized. We've got antifreeze in the lines because we wanted to hold off until we made sure we were outside of freezing weather. So we haven't de-winterized it yet. So it's been pretty interesting so far. But that said, yep. But that said, we still have a ton of gear in here. I got a bunch of tools, the Blue Eddy, a bunch of other battery boxes, a bunch of stuff, all that. So probably at least another 1,000 pounds. It goes up to a rating of just under 10,000 pounds. And we got a 10,000 pound anti-sway hitch on it. Anything else? I think that's pretty much it. Oh, and the mileage. So I checked the mileage on the way here, and we were hitting just under 15 mpg. Uh, and I was trying to be good, keep the cruise control on, try to maximize mileage and stuff. I was really amazed the mileage we were getting. Yeah, not so much anymore. We were at the low nines, 9.2, 9.3 miles per gallon, towing through Indy and Illinois and eastern Missouri. As soon as we hit the Ozarks, that nosedive, and we're in the low eights now. I'm hoping now that we're in Oklahoma, it'll come back up and probably settle around 9.
Yeah. Somebody, I want to say Anthony Tony was saying that Vegas is amazing. Um,
It's a great place to visit.
yeah. I think he lives there. How come no fancy headgear for the missus? Well, because we had to travel light. We were traveling incredibly light. And so that did not come with us.
She doesn't know where she packed it.
Yes. Say goodbye to him. So we don't have it for tonight, but we will in the future live streams. Miss Canadian Scrapper says it's cold here in Ontario. That is the other thing. Sorry to sort of go off on a tangent. The truck stops and rest areas and all of that along our journey have been incredibly full. If you know a trekker, if you are a trekker, I super appreciate you. But it is really hard in some of the states. Like, what was that? South Dakota? Where were we? Where it was so congested?
Chicago.
Chicago.
Coming out of Chicago towards Indy.
Like, they were like the on ramps, the off ramps of all the rest stops, all the truck stops.
And from Indy down to St. Louis was just, oh my gosh. From Indy, you put that window up. From Indy to St. Louis was just seas of parked trucks. I would get to a truck stop, and there'd be like an exit. There'd be a truck stop on either side, like I don't remember what they were. I don't remember Flying J's or what. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And the truck stop itself would be entirely packed, and the roads around the truck stop would be packed with parked semis, and the on ramps and off ramps would be packed all the way down the off ramp and onto the highway. Like 3 or 4 trucks onto the highway would still be parked. I've never seen it so packed before. I can tell you, it's been a long time since I've been like through Chicago and back in where the dense population areas, and I love Montana.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
There was like a
I can't go back to this.
Where I realized I'm like, oh my goodness, we're gonna be in big cities, and you just looked at me like I was ridiculous, and you were like, you're just not realizing this, and I'm like, yep. And it's just because we have been in Montana, and Montana's great at socially distancing since 1883. So there's just not as many people. So it is definitely a shock to my system.
The way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So I don't know. For all of you who live east of the Mississippi, I don't know how you do it. Yeah. It's too much.
Anselm says, Den of Tools, we can count your sunglasses as your fancy headgear tonight then. It's always great to catch you guys on live streams. Thank you so much for your leniency. I appreciate it. And at the Den of Tools, did you guys hear about the Ambassador Bridge between Detroit and Windsor?
No, what happened?
What happened? Anselm is going to tell us. Scratch says, don't plan on parking anywhere after 8 p.m. Yeah. I mean, basically, you need to figure yourself out. Adam Bennett says, I know, story of my life. And they say there's a truck driver shortage. Yeah, right. Well, I think people are having issues. Mark Olson says, more elk in Montana than peeps.
Yeah.
Yep. Dr. Falcon says, I'll get to see how good my Ram does with the trailer when I move to Florida. Awesome. I can't wait to hear about it. It's kind of odd to see myself and then see a reflection of you in the mirror.
What mirror?
The window.
Oh.
Mirror, window, you know what I mean. Peaceful Mind says, I wondered why I haven't been seeing you at Walmart. Well, we've been traveling. Frank Landgraf says, hello!
Hey, Frank.
John Parsons says, trucker protest at the border with Canada.
Good for them.
And I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anyone. Hiram Biffin says, at the DevTools, if those, then they're light years, eons better than the Home Depot or Lowe's. Okay, I think I missed one before. It says, at the DevTools, let me get this straight. Those direct tool outlet stores, like in Branson, have entire inventories of different brands. Does that include industrial models that you can't normally get? Basically asking if that outlet has industrial tools.
It's only stuff that's made by Tektronix. That's TTI. So it's the Milwaukee, the Ryobi, the Rigid, and then the vacuum brands that they own. I did see more tools there from Rigid than I've ever seen. Now a lot of them are corded, but I love corded tools. I have no problem with corded tools. And a lot of people are like, oh, I have to get cordless. Get corded. If you need cordless, get a corded. Get a Blue Eddy. Or get a generator. Anyway, they had stationary tools. They had tables. I showed most of the store. The only thing I didn't show was the clearance table, and that was mostly small bits and bags and small tools and stuff like that. But there's, I don't know if I would say there was anything industrial because the Milwaukee stuff they have, everything I showed you everything that was there that was made by Milwaukee. The Milwaukee section is really small. They had 2 bins of power tools and a bunch of accessories and stuff on the wall. They had a few other tools on a little rack. I don't know if I got it on camera, but they were corded tools, and there wasn't a lot of them. I would say there's like industrial kind of stuff. This is what I'd call light professional to prosumer to DIY. Could you use it in a professional or industrial situation? Sure, but there's nothing there that's designed specifically for what I would call industrial work. I need somebody reading my comments. The wife disappeared on me. I don't know what she's doing. I can't read these.
Okay.
I'm blind.
Inslam was saying, at the DevTools, in relation to the Ambassador Bridge, there's some Canadian trucker protests that are blocking the bridge. It's causing all kinds of problems. Don't know the full story. So yes, we are aware that there is a protest happening at the border. Hey, Griff, there's bread up there. But
I gotta say this, and we try not to get into politics and stuff. I'm not saying whether I agree with what the truckers are doing or disagree. Those of you who know me probably know where my belief system is regarding this. But that said, their right to protest is something that I'm really upset about. I saw this thing. If you follow Viva Fry, and I recommend that you do, they were talking. The Canadian government was talking about how they defaced war memorials, and it turns out the defacing was. There was a bronze statue that somebody stuck a flag in its hand and put a banner around it. They just sat 2 things on it. Nothing was defaced. There was no spray paint. No one damaged it. Certainly no one tore it down or something like that. That stuff happens here. Nobody says a word. These guys put a flag in the hand of a statue and it's defaced. They're lying about them in the news. And once you start lying about somebody to the propaganda media, that's when I really have to draw the line on that.
Are you trying to tell me that everything in the news and on television isn't accurate 100% of the time? What? Craziness. At the DevTools.
Hold on. And this is the girl from Berkeley who's being a real liberal and not believing what the media is telling you. Sorry, just had to add that in.
That's all right. At the DevTools, congrats on your new setup. Email me when you get to Vegas. We'll hit up a car show.
Yes.
Agent Pepsi 1 says, we need serious trucker protest here, mixed with bikers. Enough of the tyrannical government. Yeah.
Hold on, I have to show Eleanor. Say hi, Elle.
Hi.
And wait, shout out for...
Oh,
Audubon Dan. And Griff, want to say hi?
Hi.
He's wearing the merch. And Bella Hound.
Who's being cute?
Who's looking at food going, is some of it mine?
Jerome Grunwald with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Eleanor Liberty, you have lost your mind. Jerome says, thanks for taking the time for this on your travels. You are so welcome, and thank you for the super chat.
We've just felt so bad about missing all the other ones we have recently. We wanted to try and squeeze one in here.
Yeah. Ed C says, Montana has people spread out. New York puts them on top of each other. That's correct. Hiram Bifton says, Academic Tools, Tektronix, the corporation that creates oscilloscopes. What?
Did I miss her? I can never remember. See, here's the thing. I can never remember the name of TTI, which is why I always call it TTI. I thought it was Tektronic Technologies. But in my background, I dealt with Tektronix, the people who make oscilloscopes, the power, all that kind of stuff. So I always revert to them, because that's what I always think of for some reason. Not the same company.
Mark Olson says, maybe she'll bring back an adult beverage. I think that was before when I was getting up to help kiddos with snacks.
We don't have any adult beverages with us. I didn't want to keep any in the trailer because, we're just getting started. I'd be too enticed after a long day to have a few drinks and then get a slow start in the morning. I want to get a good start in the morning. Although I sat down here, I'm like, I almost never drink beer, and I'm like, I could have so gone for a beer tonight.
Sorry,
it's okay. Anthony Tony says, the media always lies. Andrea Bob Wrangler, I think maybe you guys share an account, says, I don't know how your den works. Channel?
Yeah, need more clarification on the statement.
Yep. And, yes, Eleanor.
Go on.
Mark
Crazy
Olson
girl.
says, Autobahn Dan. Awesome. That's right. Go check them out if you haven't already. Levi Levick says, Den of Tools, freedom will always be fought for and won. Let freedom fly free. Jennifer Whitewolf.
Hey, Jennifer. Hi.
Says, hey there. Hope you all are doing well. We are. Hey. Oh my goodness. Tom LeBlanc. Greetings from Prague, Oklahoma. About an hour and a half from Oklahoma City. Yes, we saw this.
What is it? Tell them, what is this thing?
Okay. So it is, it's got a really long name.
The Prague Infant.
No, it's like the infant. Okay, I totally looked it up. National Shrine of Infant Jesus of Prague. And I was like, say what? So I looked it up. It's pretty cool. But it is in Prague, Oklahoma. And I was thinking Prague. Yeah. And that's because that's where it originated from. And I've lost the plot.
Just in case you're wondering, we're both kind of religion nerds. We're both. I call myself a born again Christian. I was raised as an Iowa Methodist, but not very active or anything. But I did end up. I went to when I went to college for the years I was in college. I studied history of philosophy of ancient religion. Very, very useful topic. And then she's always been very interested, but we're both very, fairly religious, and we go to church. We used to go to church a lot more actively when we had a church nearby that we liked. We need to find another church that we like.
Anyways, it was super cool. So thank you so much for joining us and telling us exactly where you are. Prague, Oklahoma. I would totally, if we had more time, I would totally have gone and explored and spent time there. So thank you so much for joining us tonight, Tom. And maybe you can tell us more because you live there. Hiram Biftums, talking to Insulin. John says, love your videos. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. Agent Pepsi 1 with a $2 super chat. Oklahoma City is 2.5 hours from our ranch. Bless you all. Thank you so much. Oh, wow,
that's cool.
And Jennifer Whitewolf says, Tektronix is an oscilloscope and electronic test equipment maker. I live very near their headquarters and have a lot of their gear. Thumbs up. Awesome. Mark Olson says, bears don't hibernate in this den. No.
Tool bears never sleep.
That's right.
Except when we're really tired. I'm going to sleep tonight.
Yeah. Frank says, at the Den of Tools, we had the Hart brushless cordless vacuum for 3 minutes and we love it. Awesome. John Gonzalez, hey! Hey, John, how are you doing? At the Den of Tools, what do you think of the 18-volt Milwaukee chainsaw?
I haven't tried it, honestly. Most 18-volt chainsaws I found to be decent for around the house kind of use. I've tried several different brands, and I've yet to find one that I don't think isn't suitable for cutting down small trees around the house, chopping up limbs and stuff like that. A giant oak or something like that, they're not going to be capable to do that. Uh, the If you want something to really take down some lumber, you're going to need to go like with the DeWalt FlexVolt system, or go up to somebody's 40 or 60 or even 80 volt system. But the Milwaukee one, I've heard from other people I've talked to is decent, but I've never heard anybody say like, "Wow, it's the most amazing thing ever." It's just kind of like, I think it's one of those kind of things like, "Hey, we know you're in the line for professional and you'd like to use your batteries at home, so here's a chainsaw for miscellaneous work."
Mr. Doughboy says, hello, everyone.
Hey, I was just thinking about you. Hadn't seen
And
you in a while.
Promethean Healing says, your truck looks nice. Thank you so much. Tom LeBlanc says, pronounced Pregu, because one of the founding ladies from Czechoslovakia wanted it spelled the same but pronounced differently. Did I pronounce that correctly? It's Pray, G-U-E, hyphen G-U-E.
Pregu, sounds
Pregu.
like.
Interesting.
Like the pasta sauce?
That's what I was thinking.
Because that sounds delicious right now.
Jennifer White Wolf says, where is the Bear Clan headed on this road trip? Eventually, to Vegas, to the Vegas area.
Yeah, well, we're Oklahoma City, so tomorrow we're trying to hit Amarillo, maybe stop there, see a few places, then head on through to, I want to get to Tucumcari. Yeah. Then we're going to go through New Mexico the next day, and we're planning to take the kids to someplace special in northern Arizona. It is not the Grand Canyon.
This is the look of my face going, I don't remember what we discussed. So but it'll be a surprise.
It'll have a big impact on them.
Okay. Impact.
What?
You're getting us an impact wrench?
Yeah, that's it.
Tom LeBlanc says, honestly, not been to the shrine, but have driven past it hundreds, maybe thousands of times. Well, if you do check it out, let me know, because we didn't get a chance to stop by today.
That's always the way when you live somewhere. You never go and do it.
Well, it's like me in Alcatraz. Like, I lived there forever, for years and years, and I never went to visit it. Now
I've never been there.
I so wish I had gone. But, I mean, you just drive by it, so why would you go? Because you live there. Hiram Bifton, at the Den of Tools. For example, Milwaukee 1-inch cordless impact or DeWalt DW505 now discontinued. Are the kind of models only available special order, or maybe Granger? Granger.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying about the higher end stuff, and they didn't have anything there like that. Like, they don't carry DeWalt; it's only the TTI brands. So and I showed you all the Milwaukee stuff, and there's no industrial or high end stuff that's hard to find. I don't say hard to find, but there's no super high end that's exclusive to specialty shops for Rigid or for Ryobi. So,
Mr. Doughboy 36356 says, I have been pretty sick. I am so sorry. I am so sorry that you have been sick, but I'm glad that you're here with us tonight. I hope that you are feeling better. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I've heard a lot of people have been getting ill lately. In fact, I got an email from one of our viewers' sons, and I don't want to call them out by name, specifically, but I did send them a personalized message. And if you're watching this, just so you know, we're thinking about you, keeping you in our prayers. He's recovering from COVID. He's hopefully on the backside, hopefully getting better, getting stronger. Just stick with it more, and and for all you out there who may be dealing with any of the illnesses that are bouncing around these days, just stay strong.
Yep. Um,
Sorry, I'm losing the phone there. Go ahead.
it's okay. Tom says, sorry, hard to spell phonetically. No, I pray G. I think maybe that's how I was supposed to say it. So I don't actually know. I was just
Very gooey.
Well, it says pray G. Anyways, so thank you so much.
Froggy? Like Froggy?
I'm not talking to you right now. Oh my goodness. Billy says, hello from Texas. I'm 23 now and have been building my tools since I was 21. Your advice and deals have been a huge help. Thank you so much and love your content. Thank you so much for joining us, Billy. And I can't speak for you, but I can speak for me.
You do it all the time, let's be honest.
Okay, don't listen to him. Just listen to me. I super appreciate getting those kind of messages and letting us know.
Come here.
Okay.
Oh my gosh! Ah! Oh, that's my face.
Yeah, this is live. This is happening. Yeah.
Hi.
She's like, didn't you know? Okay.
Sorry.
So there's a Labrador that needs. They're over there. They're over
Say
there.
hi. Say hi.
She's like, I can't because I'm
Oh,
completely insane. What I was trying to say was, I really appreciate when you reach out and let us know, that we have brought value to you and that you've been able to save money. One of my favorite things. You are a goofball, McGillicuddy.
Okay.
So thank you so much for letting us know, Billy, and I hope that you continue to watch our content.
Sorry about that.
Jimmy,
Sometimes she's just like, you will pet me now.
Jimmy, making it work, says, attack, attack, attack. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically what are you going to do? Just go with it.
Land shark.
Yep. Rev Smith says, at the Den of Tools, speaking of DeWalt, why are they selling their new hammer drills without a side handle? Can't figure that one out.
The companies feel as they get smaller that and this is what makes no sense. They get smaller, they put more power into them, and they get rid of the handle. But that's been a trend in the industry that only the full-size top-end ones come with a handle, and everything else doesn't get a handle, and it doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Robert Adams says, at the Den of Tools, are you going to the Big Texan for dinner in Amarillo?
I was going to ask for suggestions, but that sounds good to me. I've been pacing myself. I haven't gotten a good steak on this trip yet. We've had several good meals. In Chicago, we went to Pizzeria Uno because, tourist thing, never having been there, so got to knock that. Honestly, what's the other one? It starts with the G. They've got the spinach stuffed crust pizza there. I used to go there all the time. That was fabulous. But and then where else did we stop? We
for food.
Yeah.
We stopped at Cracker Barrel.
We had a great breakfast at Cracker Barrel. We went to that restaurant at Bass Pro Shops in Branson.
Oh yes.
That was actually pretty good. Really nice
like
people
the
there.
Fish House or something.
Yeah.
It's really good. I feel like we've gone to a number.
Chick-fil-A. Gotta have
you
some
guys
of the
went to
Lord's
Chick-fil-A.
chicken.
Yeah, we've gone to a number of places.
But I've been holding off on steak until we get to Texas because I want to get a Texas steak.
Yeah. Elite Reviews says, how can I send you gifts? Well, first of all, no one should feel like they need to send us gifts. If you would like to send something, we do have our P.O. Box information listed.
Probably not in this video because this was a quick setup kind of thing. But if you watch any of our other videos, the regular standard videos like the Deals of the Week video, and you click on the video description, if you scroll down in there, there's 2 post office boxes listed. One is in Montana, one is in Vegas.
Send it to the Vegas one.
Yeah, we're going to be in Vegas for at least the next 3 months.
Yeah. Inslim says, at the Den of Tools, the Labrador. That's right. Earl says, hello from Connecticut. John Gonzalez says, at the Den of Tools. He's talking about the Czech town of Prague. Closest pronunciation I could come up with would be Prague, which is, yeah. So, I thought it was Prague, but if it's something else, I apologize. Beef and sardines are both high in zinc and I think copper. What? Promethean healing. I'm lost.
I'm confused.
Yeah. Robert Adams says, at the dinner tools, I love going to Portillo's, Chicago. Port,
Yes,
Portilli
Portillo's.
in Chicago. We did not make it there, but thank you for the recommendation. Paul Smith says Geno's. Is that what you're trying
Not
to think
Geno's. It's a longer word.
Jimmy says Chick-fil-A rocks.
Yes, it does. Chicken crack.
Paul Winston says not watching the big game.
Oh, let's hear. Cincinnati or the Rams. I honestly could not tell you what town the Rams are in these days. They were in St. Louis, then they were in LA and San Diego. As far as I know, they're in Mexico City. I have no idea where the Rams are.
Giordano's. That's Dustin Michael. Thank you so much for saying that.
Yes, that was my. Okay, hold on. And you're gonna hate me for saying this. That used to be my favorite Chicago style pizza, and we were living in the Bay Area, and there was this one that opened up called Red Star that everyone raved about. We tried it. It was not great. They did like a cornmeal crust. I did not understand that. Of course, they're trying to be fancy in California. What was the one that was over near you in Berkeley?
Oh, Zachary's.
Zachary's. Everyone's like, oh, Zachary's. Zachary's. No, not Zachary's.
Zachary's is amazing. We do not agree.
Zachary's
we
is
just are going to agree to not agree. No.
Pachi's is the absolute best Chicago-style pizza, and it's spelled Patxis. It's a Greek name. The crust is like a pastry. It is fantastic. Amazing. The best.
Did you see this face? Not agreeing.
That woman doesn't know pizza from...
Yep. Married it.
From a hamburger.
Anyways. Promethean Healing said someone mentioned zinc, vitamin D, and vitamin C. Haha, sorry for my comment. It's totally fine. And that happens where sometimes I just get half of it. So no big deal. John Gonzalez says, at the Den of Tools, I just saw the 40-volt Ryobi chainsaw and battery for $199. What do you think of the saw?
I think it's decent. That is the Ryobi saw that I have tried, and a buddy of mine has it. 40 volts, great, decent power, nice size, bar on it. I thought it cut nice and smooth and clean. The only downside on it is that it uses the Ryobi batteries, which are they're just okay. They're not fantastic high output kind of batteries. Even their high output batteries are not, I don't think, the best batteries out there. But I think that if you're in the Ryobi line and you're in the 40 volt line, that's a no brainer. Get that.
JM Creative says, I'm originally from Texas and Oklahoma. Cattleman Steakhouse in Oklahoma City is far better than anything you'll find in Texas. Okay. Antonio says, be safe on your travels, Jeff and Jesse and family. Back to service calls, super swamped. Be safe. Thanks for being out on the roads. Jimmy, making it work. Den of Tools. If you're ever near Mickey Mouse, try Broadway Pizza downtown Kissimmee. Kissimmee? I always say that wrong.
That's Kissimmee. It's in Florida.
I know where it is. I just don't know how to say it.
It's okay.
You're not the boss of me, okay? Apparently, I'm not the boss of me either. I don't know who's in charge of this train wreck, but welcome to the show. Promethean Healing says, I really like this local one called Italian Delight. Promethean Healing, where are you? What is local for you? Are you in Oklahoma? Are you in Guatemala? Where are you? Mark says the 58 volts. Okay, talking to somebody else. Robert Adams says, at the Denver Schools, Harbor Freight finally says coming soon with the surface conditioning tool. Any chance you can convince them to let me have one early?
Oh, I did talk to them. Sorry, we've been on the road. I talked to them and asked them, and they did say it would be out like they were going to start rolling out in like 2 weeks. And don't quote me on that. I would go back and I'll try and find the email and I'll post it to the community page, the dates on it. But I did ask them about that. So that is on its way.
Jimmy making it work says LOL. I don't know where that. Oh, you were the one talking about kids meat. Okay. Yes, I can't ever pronounce it correctly. I think that we are caught
Yep.
up.
And I'm going to say we're kind of running out of power.
Yeah.
My phone did not charge properly in the truck. We got wires stuff going everywhere. We're trying to top off the Blue Eddy for tonight because we didn't bring a gas generator with us, and that's going to be our power for this evening and stuff. Although I will be using a separate. I use a CPAP, and I'll be using a separate one of these 300 watts. I don't know if it's going to be enough power to get me through the night on it. Because it does use a good bit of juice. But anyway, we got to get going. I got to get some food on top of that.
Robert Adams says, get some rest for the next leg of the trip. Thank you so much.
Anyway, thank you all for joining us tonight. We'll hopefully by this time next week we'll be set up. We'll have more. We'll get back to the regular Sunday live streams and all that. Get the regular content out. Anyway, you all be safe out there, especially if you're traveling like this. I know the roads are crazy, but anyway, you all take care. God bless, and as always, shine on.